Haha. Vida kutaha. How can there be the plurality in that one infinite consciousness? Like the deluge, when the whole universe is merged in sheer water, one without a second. Where can there be the plurality in the same way? When you have drowned into sleep, where are the objects? In the same way, when we are transcended to the higher state of consciousness, the world of plurality misinterpreted by the body, mind and intellect, that projected world of multiplicity, the finite world of change, can no more remain in that infinite, absolute reality, formless and all-pervading.
Tejasi vatamo yatra pralinam bhranti karanam advitiye pare tattve nirvisheshe bhida kutah.
Tejasiva tamaha. When light has come, tamas, darkness, disappears. It's not that the light has come and darkness is slowly going. No, instantaneous, effortless. The mere presence of light, darkness is no more. Poor light has illumined many things, but it has never seen darkness. Our sun sees everything in the universe, but he can never understand our private experience of night. Sun has never seen night. By the time the sun crawls over the mountain to see the darkness, it is already gone. There the light has come, darkness goes, effortless, instantaneous. Just as when in the presence of light the darkness moves away without any effort, pralinam bhranti karanam. Bhranti, the illusory misconceptions of a world of plurality. Karanam, the instrument which projects the world of plurality, the mind. Where the mind is ended, or the Atmic knowledge has come, how can the mind ever exist? Which is the cause of the avidya, their darkness, the ignorance. Just as in the presence of the light, darkness can never be, similarly when you are awakened to the higher state of consciousness, the mind cannot exist anymore. Mind can exist only so long as there is a non-apprehension of reality, then the misapprehensions come. So Bhranti Karanam is the mind. Mind is gone. Therefore, Advitiye Pare Tattve. What is remaining is only the Para Tattva, the supreme reality, which is Advitiya. There is nothing other than it in it. It is uncontaminated, immaculate. It is not mixed with anything. In that Advitiya, one without a second, Pare Tattve, which is Nirvishesha, absolute, infinite. Bhida Kutaha. How can there be a plurality there? When once the mind is gone, how can there be a plurality? And just as the darkness can no longer linger in the presence of light, the moment you are woken up to that higher state of consciousness, mind is gone, along with the mind the entire world of plurality projected is gone. How can in that state ever be any plurality? Vida kutaha. How can there be any distinctions in it, plurality in it? Ekatma.
एकात्मके परे तत्वे भेदवार्ता कथं वसेत् सुषुप्तौ सुखमात्रायां भेदः केनावलोकितः
Ekatma ke pare tattve. In that paratattva which is Eka Atman, the one self, the state of the self or the state of the pure state of consciousness, pare tattve, in that supreme state, when you are awakened to that other state, bheda varta katham bhavet. How can there be any plurality in it? There is one without a second, the self, where the world of plurality is left, because these interpreters are the mind has been transcended, and when you transcend the mind, plurality gone, there will be only the self, me, one without a second. How can there be even the speech, a talk of, a suspicion of plurality? Sushuptau sukhamatraya. And it is your experience also. There where there is no mind, you are in deep sleep. In the deep sleep, you are nothing but sukhamatra, supreme happiness, no disturbance, because the mind has been temporarily gone beyond the mind. The mind is sleeping, overwhelmed. The mind has been overwhelmed with its own fatigue, and it is resting. There where the mind is not disturbing you, you are in deep sleep. In that deep sleep, every human being and plant and animal enjoys happiness. In that eka ananda matra, sukha matrayam, bheda kenavalokita. Is there anyone in this world who has seen in sleep, in deep sleep, something other than that happiness? So when mind is transcended through contemplation and meditation, after training the mind properly, when a purified mind becomes steady and still, alert and vigilant, in that quiet mind is transcended, what can there be but the one self? Bliss absolute. Can there be any plurality? In deep sleep, is there anyone who has seen anything there? Plurality. In the same way where the mind has been transcended through contemplation, meditation, you are moving from your present state of conscious state of evolution into a new dimension of evolution. The acme, the goal, the fulfillment of life's all journey.
Nahyasti vishvam paratatvabodhat sadatmani brahmani nirvikalpe कालत्रयेनाप्यहिरिक्षितो गुणे न ह्यम्बुबिन्दुर्मृगतृष्णिकायाम्.
In that higher state, there cannot be anything of your projected mind, in your world of plurality projected by your mind. The mind is projecting because of the avidya, ignorance. When ignorance is removed and the non-apprehension of the truth is ended, all misapprehensions must end. This has been said 100 times. Yet it will not go into the student, and therefore again and again he is hammering. But what is the use? The student's head is made of steel, nothing goes in. Homogeneous mass of pure steel. Nahyasti Vishwam, this Vishwa, world of plurality, the world of multiplicity. Idam Vishwam, this Vishwa, Nahi Paratattva Bhotad. At the time of the Bodha, the direct experience of Paratattva, when you are awakened to that state of consciousness, this world of plurality will not be available for your perception or your experience. Why? Sadatmani Brahmani Nirvikalpe. In that Bodha, in that knowledge of the direct knowledge of the Atman, the self. And what is that Atman, the self? Sada Atman. That ever-present Atman, the self, Brahmani, which is the pure Brahman, which is the substratum for the whole universe. Though you are searching for the Atman, when you reach there, you realize that this is the substratum for the whole universe. In that Brahmani, Nirvikalpe, absolute, infinite, in that, Nahyasti Vishwam, the world of plurality is not there in that self when you are awakened. So then when you are feeling that, in meditation I heard, I saw, I had tasted. When I was in meditation, Kundalini went up. There is no Kundalini there in the Brahman. I felt that I was rising. That intensive contemplation. I thought that it's all Maya, so I rejected. But a tremendous pressure came on my head. I couldn't anymore stand it because the pressure was so much. So I slowly opened my eyes. And what do I see? The ceiling is on my head. Yogis generally tell the story like that. Then I closed my eyes. Slowly, I came down. He wouldn't say that I flew. Then he says at the end of it, in the satsang, especially many ladies, in such a yoga satsang, ladies go more. Then the Guru, Mahaguru, looks through the window. Now I am thinking of it. Supposing that day, as usual, I must have meditated under the tree, in the open field. Where would I be? Because here, because of the ceiling, I stopped. If it is in the open, I would have gone and kicked Vishnu sleeping there. Think of it. These are all feelings. The mind is still there, plurality. In the Brahman, the reality, there is no plurality at all. Kalatraye, in the three periods of time, neither in the past, nor in the present, nor in the future. Kalatraye nahyahi, ahi, the serpent. Ikshito gune, guna, rope. Never in the three periods of time can you see the serpent in the rope. When you are seeing the rope, serpent cannot be. No, Swamiji, I am seeing both. Paramatma and Jivatma together. That is called a squint eye. Seeing the higher and the lower at one and the same time is not possible. When you are in the dream, waking, you can't be dreaming, you can't be the waking. In the same way, when you have reached the highest state, none of the world of plurality shall be there. Never in the three periods of time can you see the serpent still crawling on the rope. If you don't see the rope, it is all right. But once you see the rope, you cannot have the ahi, the serpent in it. Nahya nahi ambu bindu, not even a bindu, a drop of ambu water can be there in the mirage waters. Mirage water you are seeing, but there is no water in it. Cannot be. In the same way, in the pure self, there cannot be the world of plurality.
Maya matramidam dvaitam Advaitam paramarthatah Iti brute shruti sakshat Sushuptavanubhuyate
Therefore, Maya matramidam sarva. All these what you are seeing is a play of Maya. Maya is not a thing. It is the play of tamas and rajas. Tamas that veils, so the non-apprehension of reality, and the mind projects, and that is because of the rajas. So tamas and rajas together, the play of it is called Maya. So Maya plays on me in two ways. It veils my discriminative power to recognize the truth as truth, and it brings viksheba in my mind, agitation of the mind with which it projects. This viksheba and avarana together, the veiling of the intellect and the agitations of the mind are together, the play of tamas and rajas is called Maya. Reduce these two, control these two, sattva increases. Sattva is also Shuddha Maya. That also is Maya. I am not saying no, but it you will transcend by it. Because when quietened, the mind is totally quietened, there is no question of rajas or tamas or sattva in it. Sattvati, the pure self. So, Maya matramidam sarvam. All these are projections of the play of Maya in your mind. See, Maya is not a thing, it's not a power, it's in the understanding. That mysterious power by which you don't see the reality as reality, but in its place you see other things other than the reality. This trick of the human mind is called Maya. This is not your fault or my fault, it is manufacturer's defect. Lord has created everybody with it. He could not adjust it. Maya matramidam dvaitam, idam dvaitam, advaitam paramarthatah. Advaita is the real truth, parama, supreme, artha, reality. The supreme reality is Advaita. There is nothing other than it in it. Oh, Swamiji, so I have to go there. Yes. Then I will do it after my retirement, because my wife is young, children are small, my shop is just now started giving me profits. Meaning, you have got attachment to the world of objects, you can never reach it. But when the wife has left you, children have started kicking you, business is blasting away, or your partner took away the business, at that time, hey Bhagavan! Akhanda, deep, unbroken vairagya. There it is that you are ready to. So for that a tragedy need not happen. If nature finds that the fellow is not getting vairagya, he gives you the tragedy necessary. But in spite of the tragedy, never mind, one wife died, what does it matter? I'll get another wife, full stop. One son died, what to do? We did our best, never mind. I've got 11, So one gone, 10 is there. Nature gives you kicks, but you don't accept the kick as a kick. Then what can you do? Therefore he tries, the Lord, nature tries level best. No, you are really thick-skinned. Any amount of kick, nothing happens. It is then that you become Mr. Pig. Eat, enjoy thoroughly, maximum 3 years. The third Christmas time, bury you up to your neck and then hit and kill the pig. This pig is not cut. It's killed that way, so that the fat and the blood will be in the body itself. Then only they like this animal eating, ferocious human beings love only that kind of a what do you call that? Cooked what? In the breakfast? Sausages. See, when it is in the table, in the breakfast, it is called sausage. When it is on the roadside, it is called, hey, dogs have done. Dogs have done it, sausages. At least in the shape it could have been changed. In color, in form, probably in smell, the same. Anyway, so then you become that. That is the point. Probably in the next life you suddenly feel a kind of disgust for these things. Iti bhrute shruti. It is not Shankara's words, that all these are maya, matramidam, sarvam, or advaitam, advaitam paramarthada. Who said it? Not I. So says the Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad, quoted. Mandukya Karika quoted, because it is his own grand teacher. Gaudapada was the grand teacher of Shankara. Gaudapada's disciple was Govindapada, Govindacharya. Govindacharya's son, disciple was Shankara. So then, Maya matramidam dvaidam madvaidam paramarthadaha idis bhrute shrudi sakshat. It is hot from the mouth of the Upanishad, mouth of the horse. So says Einstein himself. Not Einstein's disciple said, we may doubt, question mark. Einstein himself said. If you tell a physicist, this is what Einstein as himself said, he becomes silent. Oh, then it must be true. Shruti. Sushupta avanubhuyate. And you need not accept because the Upanishad said it. It is your universal experience of everyone. Sushupta, in the deep sleep, anubhuyate, everybody is experiencing it. Where the mind is not, there is no world of plurality. The moment you wake up, the mind wakes up. The mind wakes up, the world is standing there exactly as you left it last night. So then, who makes this world of plurality? Mind alone. Why is it mind making it? Maya matramidam. Non-apprehension of the intellect, because of his misapprehensions. Never mind, I am tired of repeating.
Ananyatvamadhishthānāt āropyasya nirīkshitam panditairajju sarpādau vikalpo bhranti jīvanah.
Ananyatvad. it is not anything other than adhisthana. Nothing is there other than the adhisthana, the reality. The projections are apparent delusions due to the delusion in you. The reality is only the adhisthana, the substratum. Aropyasya nirikshitam. Nobody can see, no wise man can see any reality to the illusion projected upon the reality, the substratum. Other than the substratum, there is nothing in the illusory objects that you see or anybody perceives. Pandidair Rajjusarpadav. This is the conclusion arrived at by all wise people. Pandit there means educated, cultured, thoughtful men. Men of thought have all accepted this. Rajjusarpadav vikalpo. Through the various examples of Rajjusarpa, in the serpent that is seen in the rope. The rope only is the reality, which is the same in the past, present and future. But the serpent was not there yesterday. The serpent will not be there the moment you have seen the rope. The serpent is an apparent illusion, but that apparent illusion of the serpent is nothing but the rope and rope alone. A rope misunderstood is a serpent. Paramatma misunderstood is the world of plurality. That self alone is Bhranti Jivana. Due to the delusion in your intellect, you see a projection and you recognize, accept the projection as real and then get frightened, unhappy, miserable, etc. But in fact, it is nothing but the rope, where there is no fear necessary. It is innocent. Thus, Bhranti Jivana.
Chittamulo vikalpoyam Chitta bhavena kaschana Ataschittam samadhehi Pratyagrupe paratmani
Chittamulo vikalpoyam. I am vikalpaha. This misconception of the plurality, this projection is chittamula, is because of the mind, conscious mind. If the mind is not there, as in deep sleep, or you are not conscious of the mind, there is no world of plurality. Under chloroform or deep sleep, when you are not conscious of the mind and not functioning through the mind, there is no world of plurality experienced by you. Chittamulo vikalpoyam. Chitta abhave nakascha. Wherever the chitta is not there, that is, you are not looking out through the mind, there is no world of plurality. Atah, therefore, chittam samadhehi tum. May you samadhehi, quieten your chitta. Quieten the mind. Quieten the mind because the mind is thought flow. Thought, one by one, is not a mind. But thoughts flowing one after another becomes a mind. One bucket of water, 2 buckets of water, 20,000 buckets of water is not a river. But when waters are flowing one after another, unbroken, it becomes a river. And as a river, it becomes ferocious, and you are afraid to cross it. But buckets of water will not frighten you. They are separate. thought flow is called the mind. Quieten it. Withdraw the mind from the fields of its thinking, the objects of the world, and objects and emotions and thoughts of the world, the OET world, withdraw and quieten the mind. Pratyagrupe paratmani. How can I quieten the mind? Mind cannot remain without some object. Yes. So instead of thinking of the objects, make the mind think of the subject. But Swamiji, that is also a thought. No. Why? There are no objects. What is the object on which you are thinking in contemplation? The subject. Subject is not an object. Though, to the mind, at the time of contemplation, what is my object of contemplation? The subject. See the contradiction? Subject can never be an object. But when I contemplate upon it, then the thought ceases, the mind is transcended, and the world of plurality, misinterpreted by the mind, disappears from your awareness.
Kimapi satata bodham kevalananda rupam nirupamamati velam nityamuktam niriham niravadhi gaganabham nishkalam nirvikalpam hridi kalayati vidvan brahma purnam samadhau.
How can I think of the subject? Subject you can never think, because this is not an object of mind. Then what do you mean by saying that contemplate upon the Brahman? Turn the mind's attention in that direction. The child need not search for the mother and go to the mother. Stand where you are and cry. Mother understands the scream of his own child distinctly different from all other children's cry. To all others, one child is crying. But the mother knows, no, that is my child. 20,000 cows with 20,000 calves are there. One calf cries. Even that cow knows which is my calf and is crying. Similarly, you need not search for Paramatma and go there. You turn your attention in that direction. Paramatma understands. He lifts you from there, shakes all the plurality, and makes it himself. So simple. Only you turn your attention. Have faith. I am turning to the subject, and the subject will come and help me. I myself cannot reach. Don't stand there and say, oh Guru, dhakka do, dhakka do. धक्का देना नहीं है गुरु का जॉब. Guru said this way, but that is all. आपका कृपा नहीं है मेरे पति, मेरा कृपा क्या करना है? The very fact that you are seeing me separate from you is itself the play of the mind. Stop that mind, full stop. No, Guru. Whatever you may say, your grace is necessary. So then, half the crowd will say that Swamiji's grace, I have improved. The other says that Swamiji's grace, he never gives me the grace, I tell you. I am not. Both of them, some congratulates the Guru unnecessarily, the others unnecessarily, meaninglessly condemns the Guru. What can the Guru do? You have to quite turn your attention to him, who is you yourself, and come to realize, I am this and not that. But that is all. I am Atma, Brahma. You have to understand. Now then, kimapi satata bhotam. What? Satata bodha? Pure knowledge. Whatever it is, which you cannot understand with your limited intellect. Pure knowledge, the knowledge by which all other experiences are known. Kimapi satata bodham kevalananda rupam. It's pure ananda rupa. Sajatiya, vijadiya, swagata, bheda, rahita, kevala. Now, when you say that, Swamiji, in meditation, sorrow comes. My wife left me after 40 years, we were together. And for the last 10 years, I can't forget her. 40 plus 10, 50. When did you marry? Pretty late, 30 years old. 40 plus 10, 50. Plus 30 years, 80. That 80-year-old guy is dead. I can't marry that. My wife. Even the Lord has forgotten that there was a wife. You are remembering. Yeah, attachment. You see, the way I said this is just now I had a letter and I had to console him. Luckily he has given me his date of birth, a wife's date of birth and all that, to make me understand that when he was married, the date, that date also. All these were, he was contemplating all these years. 70 years he was remembering them. Paramatma, he never remembered. But he says that I have been always your follower. That is called a slap with the back of the hand. That all these years I have been, from 1904 to 51, he was the disciple following me. All these years, what I have been teaching him? Cry. Your wife is the goal of it. Hi. Children are grown up. They are all very successful engineers, and one is a doctor, the other three are engineers. Everything is there. But the man sits down. What achievement? And he describes that she had high sugar all his lifetime, and then heart trouble once we had in 19, maybe 70. And now, the last 3 days, he had 3 times attack, heavy, and here she died. That's all. Swamiji, what am I to do with my life now? Nothing. Either if you cannot live without a wife, get another wife. Equally old, so that you can, what else can you say? Laughable. But for that man, it is very real. Greatest tragedy. So don't you get into any such tragedy. Those who are gone, tell them that may you live happily. See you later. But that is all. Actually, he is already 72 or something. How long is he going to stay? So, you have only to shake hands. Whenever you feel, remember her. See you later. Prepare my house and the tea and coffee. Ready, tayar karo. Hum aa raha hoon. Itni hai. Hi. But Maya. Never mind. Kimapi satata bodham kevala ananda rupam nirupama ativelam. Nirupama. There is no upama. That state cannot be, there is no simile that I can say it is like any of your experiences, physical, mental or intellectual, therefore nirupama. Exemplar. There is no example for it. Ativelam, extremely bright. Nitya muktam, ever liberated. From his standpoint, he has never been in the deluded. From the waker's standpoint, he was never in the dream world. The waker is nitya mukta, ever liberated from the sorrows and joys of the dream world, projected temporarily by the stupid mind. So the chitta did it. And when that mind is quietened, you wake up. When you wake up, you know, I've never been through them all. Similarly, this Atman, the self, which is nitya muktam, niriham, no vasanas in it, no ego or sense of limitations in him. Niriham, niravadhi gaganabham, nishkalam nirvikalpam. Like gagana, like akash, all pervading. Gaganabham, nishkalam, with no parts in it. Say morning self and the noon self and after lunch self and dinner self. No. One, nishkalam nirvikalpam, without any thought agitations, because beyond the mind. Hridi kalayadi, in the heart, thus kalayadi, continuously contemplate that is my nature, that is me. Vidwan, wise man, Brahma Purnam Samadho. In the Samadhi avastha, when the mind is quietened, he turns his entire attention in these directions. And that is called the highest moments of contemplation. When it is exclusive, it happens. What? That you directly experience, that Brahman. Prakriti Vikriti Shunyam.
Vikriti Shunyam Bhavanatita Bhavam Samarasama Samanam Manasambandha Duram Nigamavachana Siddham Nityamasmat Prasiddham Hridi Kalayati Vidwan Brahma Purnam Samadho.
So what do you mean by turning the mind's attention to the subject? And at that time there will be no thoughts, because thought is only when you are conscious of an object. When you are trying to become conscious of the subject, it is not a thought. It is an illusion of a thought. It is not a thought. This is called the Samadhi avastha. What do you mean? How can I turn my attention? Here you are. One more verse for contemplation purposes. Prakriti Vikriti Shunyam. Prakriti, the world of plurality. Vikriti, its various modifications. The body, the mind, the intellect. Prakriti, its Vikriti, its various modifications. The objects, the emotions, the thoughts, their interactions, the joys and sorrows that arise out of it. Prakriti Vikriti Shunyam. A state where there is neither Prakriti nor its Vikriti, nor its endless varieties of modifications. None of them there. Shunyam. Bhavanatita bhavam. A bhava, a thought beyond the thoughts. That also is a thought, because the thought of the subject. Thought of a subject. So it is beyond all thoughts. So long as you are thinking only of the world of objects, it is not there. So it is a thought beyond all thought, beyond all worldly thoughts. Thoughts are the sense objects. It's a thought of the thoughtless. No. Objectless, the very subject. Bhavanatita bhavam. Samarasam asamanam. Samarasa. Their state is of the same rasa at all times. Not now happy, now unhappy. Always blissful. Asamanam. There is nothing sama for it. Inexplicable. With no example. Asamanam. Inimitable. It cannot be said like it or like this. Asamanam. Manasa bandha dhura. Mind is without the bondage of the mind. Dhura, far away from all the bondages and inhibitions created by the mind. Gagana, Gagama, Nigama, the Upanishads. Nigama Vachana Siddham. Who says that there is a Paramatma there? Hey, none of us have got experience. Only these Dadiwalas say this. How can I believe him? He has not even the sense of clean shaven. Such a barbarous creature. His words, how can we understand? He had no university education. He has not experienced the world. Not even, I don't think he has even experienced ice cream. No, nothing. Yes. No woman, no wine, no meat. Those black pieces he has not eaten. What a man is it after coming into the world? How can I accept his word? Nigama vachana siddham. It is proved or acceptable. It is presented to you by the declarations of the scriptures. Nityam asmat prasiddham. And it is very prasiddha, very easily understood or known. Asmat prasiddham. To all of us, it is very clear. There are millions who doesn't know anything, but there are people who had experienced it. Asmat prasiddham. Just as the great scientists, when they declare a thing, we accept it because those scientists have declared it. We have got faith in them. Not that we have experienced it, but they must be true. And it is truer to those other scientists who have also studied it deeply. To them it is actuality. To us it is a possibility. Why? Because all the scientists say so, must be true. All of us cannot study that much to come to conviction that it is true. Asmat prasiddham. Hridi kalayati vidwan, the wise man. Hridi, in his own heart, in his mind and intellect, exclusively. Kalayati, things exclusively of this great truth. Kalayati vidwan, Brahma purnam samadhav. That purna Brahma in the samadhi avastha, this is what he is contemplating upon.
Ajaramamaramasta abhava vastu swarupam stimita salila rashi prakyamakhya vihinam shamita guna vikaram shashvatam shantamekam హృది కలయతి విద్వాన్ బ్రహ్మపూర్ణం సమాధౌ